Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new LEGO Batman LEGO DC Batman, Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker Chase set. This is set number 76224. It has 438 pieces, and I paid $48 for this set. Now, this is one of the new sets that released August 1st, 2023. This is, I think, from the 1989 Batman? Or 89, is that right? And then the next one is 92. Anyway, it's one of the Michael Keaton one, the Tim Burton Batman, and I'm very excited because I really wanted this version of the Batmobile. I would love a playscale one. I know that people have compared this one to the one that comes in the Shadow Box, the big $400 Batman set. I have the Batmobile from like The Batman, the movie with Robert Pattinson, and some other ones, but I was really excited to get this. I wasn't thrilled about the price, but this released alongside the Batwing, which I already did a video about, so I did end up picking this up. And I'm excited to take a look at it. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, while we are looking at the build process for this LEGO DC Batman Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker Chase set, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for watching, and then to remind you that if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and clicking the like button, and if you like my other videos, please consider subscribing. All the engagement like views and comments and likes and subscribes and all of that stuff really helps my channel grow, so it's very, very appreciated, and it's a great way to show support. So I'm very, very grateful for everybody who does that already, and if you don't, maybe consider doing it. I appreciate it very much. So thank you, everybody who is watching. And now back to the rest of the build for this LEGO DC Batman Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker Chase set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this LEGO DC Batman, LEGO Batman DC Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker Chase set. That's a long name. This released August 1st alongside of the Batwing, which I've already done a video about. This is inspired by the 89, I believe, or the 92 Batmobile. I believe 89, the first Tim Burton one, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson as the Joker there. And I really, really wanted a playscale version of this. There is a very similar version of this vehicle that comes in the recently released $400 Batman Shadow Box set. I think there are videos of other reviewers who have both of them, or both collectors of different people who have the Shadow Box and have this model, and they compare kind of the the Batmobile models in both of the sets and sort of see if there's differences in piece usages and building techniques and the overall shape and the overall features and everything. I do not have the shadow box, so I was very excited to get this because I love like play scale Batmobiles. I would love to get the kind of Ultimate Collector Series style of these as well. Same for the Batwing. I would love to have the bigger version of that. Those, the bigger version of this and the bigger version of the Batwing are retired, so they're a little bit expensive as far as I know, but it might be something that I can buy used or pre-owned or something like that. And I will say that this set is really, really great, but I'm not thrilled about the price. But before we get to that, the first thing we can take a look at, the first things we can take a look at are the minifigures here. So this is the same minifigure for Batman that is in the Batwing. So we do have the new dual molded headpiece or mask piece, cowl piece, which means the face does not have the black sort of printing, or white rather, the white band of printing on the minifigure head there, and the eyes are dual molded into the cowl, which I think looks really great, and that's really nice. The torso is printed very well. We do have one of the kind of softer capes with one hole, nothing on the arms, just black arms, black midsection, and black legs. We do have an accessory here, which is kind of a brick-built sort of grappling hook, grappling gun. It's pretty rudimentary, but I think it gets the point across, even though the bolt is sort of horizontal in there, or not. I would think it would be more apt if it, or more appropriate if it was like this, but that's okay. And I think it's recognizable as a grappling gun for the most part, so that's really, really nice. Batman also comes with some other accessories, which are the bat cuffs and a batarang here, which the bat cuffs are just handcuffs, minifigure handcuffs there, but the batarang is like a special Batman type piece there that can be wielded as well. So this is a really good minifigure. It does have an alternate face, and that's great. It feels good for Batman, doesn't feel especially great for Bruce Wayne. You don't get any other like hair pieces or anything, so this is very much just Batman, and it is the same exact one that comes in the Batwing Joker set that released alongside of this, so I think that's okay. That's not too bad. And then, like I said, the other minifigure here is a Joker. Now, with the Batwing, it did come with a Joker, but that Joker has the same torso and I think the same face printing, but it has a hat and does not have a hairpiece. This one does have a hairpiece, so this is really nice. I do like the printing. I like the color of the hands here. The face printing is very well done, and the hair is really nice. We do not get an alternate face for the Joker here. For the hat version, the kind of hat that he wears would not accommodate, or it wouldn't cover up a alternate face, and I believe this is just the same minifigure head, so there's no alternate face under the hair here either, even though this hairpiece would probably cover up an alternate face fine. You can see the back printing here is okay, but this is really, really nice printing. There's a lot of good details in there on the ascot or the tie and in the vest and different stuff, so that's really nice. Nothing on the legs, nothing on the midsection. I think it could have used some more printing on this. Something on the legs or the arms would be really, really nice just to elevate this even more. And because this comes at I would say kind of a premium price, it would be nice if this figure was a little nicer, and maybe there was more differences between this one and the Batwing one, because there was also a 4+ set that comes with Batman and the Joker and a very 4+ version of the Batmobile. So when they released all of these, they all came with the Joker, which I thought was a little bit interesting. He was the villain of the film that is the reference point for these sets, but I still wish maybe we could get some other characters involved, especially when things are all releasing at the same time. But with the minifigures talked about and looked at, they are quite good. We can look at the main build here, which is this Batmobile. I think the shaping of this is like exquisite. I think this is really, really well done. All of the build like design elements are really smart, really, I mean, it's simple to put together. It's intuitive, but it just looks great. It's a nice display model and it's a wonderful play model. I think the shaping, the curves are all really nice. There's some wonderful lines that go through here, like this angle juxtaposed with this angle and the kind of wings on the back there. There's kind of all these brick built style like fenders that go, or wheel wells here, using these kind of vented slope pieces there. There's like even window pane elements used in here, which are really nice for maybe some air venting or some duct work. The kind of way that these plates are stacked here is a really nice effect. I love that the back wheels are a little bit bigger. That feels very right. We got some translucent up front for some lights there, and there's just a little bit peeking through, which is very, very nice. That's a nice effect. We use a hubcap here for the kind of middle here, which I believe is kind of like an engine turbine like thing in the film. I can't remember specifically, but it gets the shape right. We also use kind of a specific kind of fender here piece to get that curve there. This is all tiled out, finished very, very well. There's almost no exposed studs. There's these, but that is totally cool. There are like no stickers on the outside except for this one back here towards the back. All of the shaping here is very well done. The slopes coming off here, these slopes down there. There's just tons of lines going through this that all make a ton of sense and make this look really, really detailed. So this is the one exposed sticker. It is kind of a clipped on piece there, which has an opening so minifigure accessories can be conveniently stored right in the set, and this can be closed up and those aren't going to go anywhere there, which is really nice. Looking at the back, we have like the big exhaust, more lights, translucent tiles here, and we got some like smaller exhaust here, and this is maybe like the big jet engine here with a nice dual molded fire piece there. I love how they've done the building for these portions here, these kind of wing portions, similar to some of the kind of curve and wing sort of designs on the Batwing. I think these are really well done, great part usages. The finished product look really nice, so that is terrific. We do have a place for Batman to sit. We can see we have some translucent windows here, like the darker translucent there, which are window pieces, like clear pieces on the side. So some sideways building, a nice kind of windscreen at the front, which has a good shape. The whole roof here comes off very, very easily, and inside we can see we have a steering wheel here, which is actually a like hubcap or rim from a maybe a 6-wide car or an old school city car. We do have a sticker here for like a dash control panel, and then we have 2 other stickers on either side on those slopes. Now, if Batman is in here, he would sit really low and quite far back, I believe. So that's a little, I think is kind of accurate to the movie scenes, but also it feels a little bit strange when it's in there, but I believe I can get him in there with his cape on and the cowl. So let me see here if I can get this in there. So Batman like that doesn't look too bad, actually. He is kind of leaning pretty far up. If this is on there, or pretty far back rather, if this is on there, you can still sort of see the whites of the eyes, which is nice. So we can imagine his eye line is not too bad, and he can be in there, which is just good enough no matter how he's sort of sat in there, in my opinion. But if you were to sit him more upright, this wouldn't go on correctly. I guess that is a little bit better right there. So there's a little bit of play, but he fits in there with his cape. Can get your hands kind of close to the steering wheel there, which is very nice. So nice, it's nice and snug. It feels very, very good in there, which is terrific. And I actually appreciate, sticker details that are kind of ones you're not really even going to see or notice. Like little stuff like that just adds a lot. They're fine stickers. If they're not applied 100% straight, it's not that big of a deal because people might not even notice those. This one is a little more important. This one's a little more important, but I like that there's really only 4 stickers in this set. We can see the sticker sheet here. So we get the 2 small ones for the side control panels, which which are in there, this big one there, and then this one here. And so the really minimal sticker usage, which is great. I love to see that. And then besides having the figure in there, and besides having the minifigure accessories back here, we have some other play features here, which is really integrated really nicely. So if we roll this, as the back wheels turn, the fire at the rear also spins. So that's really, really nice. It works perfectly. It's a very simple mechanism to make that work. So this can be played with like that. It's very, very, it's built very sturdily. It reminds me of the Batman with the Robert Pattinson Batman, the kind of newer one called The Batman. The Batmobile from that set, I think the Technic version and the Play Scale version also had a mechanism that was similar to this, that rotated a fire piece at the engine at the back, which is great that it's here too, and also is good for the movie. But there's another play feature, which you can see we have this knob here, and it does stick out a little bit. It's not the same on either side there, which is one of the only spots where it's kind of asymmetrical. And so that is another play feature that, you know, I think some people might not like that it sticks out like that. Maybe there was a different way they could integrate it. If you pull it off, you do have this Technic axle sticking out a little bit, and there might be ways to modify this such that this doesn't stick out so much, but this has a really cool feature. If you turn this, it pops off these angled kind of wedge plates here, and reveals these kind of guns or projectile unit things at the front there. So that works really flawlessly. It's a really nice effect. These angled plates just stud down on one spot here. So they have a little bit of, they're not like super sturdily on there. They just stud down on one spot. So when you turn that knob, they easily kind of fly off. And I think like how they pop up like that is really, really satisfying. It's a simple mechanism, but it's just well engineered and it works really great. And the final effect of those popping up, and you can actually get some good height, and they can kind of fall like outside of the car and stuff is really, really nice. So that's great. And potentially then these could, you could play maybe firing a net at the Joker or something like that. These are not like stud shooters or spring-loaded shooters or anything like that. So it doesn't have an actual Lego projectile system in there, which the Batwing does have. But I really like this. I also think, actually looking at the side, this is where the gun is stored. But when it's at the side like this, when it's not flipped up, it actually looks like it's maybe some other like piping or tubing or exhaust or different stuff. There's other kind of metallic studs in there, drum lacquered silver here, and there's other stuff that makes this feel like this could be just part of the engine or part of the car itself. And so even when it's all enclosed and the guns are not deployed, it still looks really great. It actually, to me, just looks like another extra detail here, which is really, really nice, and breaks up just the kind of whole black finish of this with this whole section down here with drum lacquered silver pieces and different shapes in there. So that's excellent, even when the guns are not deployed. And like I said, when we go like that, we deploy the vehicle or deploy the munitions here or whatever, and it's a very fun play feature. Works really nicely. I don't think it's easy to tell that that's gonna be there. It feels like these are all finished really well, but those are kind of the only places that's not like tiled down, or one of the only places. So the studs are up, and it just works great. Now I believe the shadow box version of this vehicle also has that kind of feature built in. I think it works a little bit differently, but I'm not 100% positive. I think this one works really great. I don't have the shadow box version, so I can't really comment on that. But I love this set. The shaping is just almost dead on, in my opinion. There's really great play features that are integrated pretty flawlessly, and it feels like a very, very nice set. And I don't really have anything about the build that I would even complain about. I think they got everything pretty much dead on. There's not a ton of colors that you can see, blue Technic pins or yellow or different stuff. We can see a couple Technic pieces from the bottom there, but from the side, you don't see that really at all. I mean, very, very little you can maybe see up around there in the fenders, but it just feels very, very finished, feels true to the inspiration. The shaping is right on, and there's excellent play features. Comes with 2 minifigures, some minifigure accessories. The minifigures are pretty good, if a little bit common. So this is excellent. I can show the extra pieces here. You do get some. Besides the Batarang and the handcuffs that I have in the back here, we also get an extra of both of those, get an extra of the kind of golden bolt for the grappling gun, then your 1x1s, your tiles, your plates, your studs, some Technic bits there, and those are all your extra pieces, so nice to get those. Always nice to get the extra minifigure accessories in a Batman set, so that's very great. And that sort of brings me to the price. This set is 438 pieces, and it cost $48. Not only is that not a great price per piece, it just feels like this is bordering on $50 when I don't think this is a $50 model here. Now, a Speed Champions 8 wide is for sure, you know, shorter than this, not as bulky as this, less pieces than this. Those were $20, then they went up to $25. I believe the leaks are that those are going up to $27 next year. Don't quote me on that, but I think what I saw Brick Clickers saying that they were, the leaks right now is that the new Speed Champions were going to be $27 for a single car. So I guess if we're looking at the price increases, and in recent years in 2023, maybe this is close to making sense. It still feels like too much to me. I would love this set at $40. I think the Batwing also was kind of, I think ended up being like $37 or $38, and I would have loved it at $35 or $30. This feels very much like they wanted to put this at $50, but didn't. The Batman Batmobile from the Robert Pattinson one, from the more recent one, the Penguin Chase, I believe it's called, or something like that. That one I think was $30, and you could get it on sale quite often, and I think it had in the 300 piece range, but doesn't feel like it has too many fewer, or, you know, it's not too different from this. I think this is a bit longer, especially when you add the fire piece here, but even just the main car body, it's probably a bit longer. I don't know if it's much wider. It probably is, because at the back here, this looks like it's almost 10 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide there, plus a little bit extra out of the rims here. So it's got some good size to it. It's got good heft. It's definitely bigger than Speed Champions cars, but I don't, and I know that it's licensed, and I get that. I think $48 is too much. $48 is really close to $50. I have a feeling they wanted to put this at $50, but they decided that maybe that was too much for like a play scale set like this of this piece count. I think 45 would be better. I think 40 feels closer to right for what I have in my hand here, the amount of pieces, the build experience, the minifigures, all of that, you know, in one set. I think 40 is probably fine. I might even say that's a little bit more as well. So I think this is an overpriced set. I wish this was cheaper. I think I felt the same about the Batwing. That one was maybe a little less egregious to me. This one feels pretty aggressively priced for, you know, less than 450 pieces to be close to that $50 mark. It is a wonderful model. It's great for play. I think it's a really nice display set as well, because it feels so finished and so cool, and it's a nice size for to sit on a shelf when it isn't a massive thing that takes up a ton of space. And I'm gonna very happily have this and the Batwing kind of together. I think they go really nicely together. Let me grab the Batwing. So this is like really cool, and you can see the shape or like the size of these, the actual footprint. The Batwing is a good amount bigger. It's not as thick in some parts, but this has a good amount of pieces here too, and this is a cheaper set. This is the better value set in my opinion, even if it's a little overpriced. This one's just dramatically overpriced in my opinion, or like I think close to dramatically overpriced. I think this is a pretty good value, even if it should be a little cheaper. I think this should definitely be cheaper. But having these both in hand is really, really cool. I'm a big Batman fan, and this is like, a classic movie, and I'm glad to have play scale versions of these sets, and I would love to get the kind of collector's scale of both of these vehicles as well, because I know there is one for this, and I believe there is one for this as well. So that'd be really great to get. I think those are probably both $200 or $300 at this point, maybe more in the aftermarket because they have retired. But it is something that I have my eye on, because one of the things I love, if you've seen my other videos, is I love like having different scales of a similar kind of model to compare here. And so I would really love to get the bigger versions of this, but I'm glad to get these versions as well. And I think, I pretty much love everything about this set, this Batmobile Batman vs. the Joker chase, except the price. And I don't want to sound like a broken record. I don't want people to feel that like every time I do a LEGO review, I'm always going to say it's overpriced. I don't think I do. Some things are priced better than others, but I do feel that LEGO is a little presumptuous with some of their pricing schemes now, and I hope maybe things return to what I and other people might perceive as like appropriate value. Maybe leave it in the comments if you think this is appropriately priced. I know when I was talking about the Jurassic Park sets that came out a few months ago, some people thought because of the big molded dinos and stuff like that, that those were appropriately priced. Maybe people think this is a $50 set or a $48 set, and I would love to read that in the comments. So please don't hesitate to leave that, or let me know what you think about this set or the pricing scheme in general or anything else. I'd love to read the comments. And so I think, this set is really great, but I wish it was a little bit cheaper. So if you like this video, please consider clicking that thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like the other videos on my channel, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO DC, more LEGO Batman, more vehicles, and then just tons of other LEGO sets from all different LEGO themes, all different shapes, sizes, price points, and piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you wanted to support this channel and support my videos, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, which is patreon.com/SoBricks. Over there, you can join for as little as $2 a month or $5 or $10 or whatever, and you get access to all my videos early, get access to some exclusive videos and some other stuff over there. And as that continues to grow, I'm going to keep delivering new and different kinds of content over there for the Patreon, and trying different things, potentially giveaways, live streams, Q&As, all different stuff in the works at the Patreon. So maybe consider checking that out. It is appreciated. I am not affiliated with any company. I'm not sponsored by anybody. I am not part of the LEGO Ambassador Network right now. So I pay for all of these with my own money. And so any support, if you find value in my videos, is appreciated, but also no need for anything. I just love talking about LEGO, love building them. So I'm happy to do that. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.